Okay, boys and girls, this week is an exciting week. We get to talk about the game of baseball. So, baseball and softball are a lot alike. So, if you play softball, I just want you to think of it that way. Okay, so our first vocabulary word is bases. You can see the bases on the baseball field. Bases are just the objects that are in white that some games have. So, say the word with me. Ready? Bases. So, how many bases do you see on this field? Okay, you have first base, second base, third base, and home plate. So that's 4. The pitcher's mound is not really a base because people don't run to it, okay? So a base is just it's like a rubber slab that you run to when you're playing a game, okay? So the next word we have is cheers. Cheers has an S on the end, so it means it's happening right now. So you could say the crowd cheers at the game. Cheers just means that you're making a loud sound. And it's usually like a happy sound or a happy yell, or you're encouraging somebody. So if you're encouraging someone, it means you're being positive. You're saying nice things. You're not booing anybody, okay? So what are some places where you might hear some cheers? Like baseball, football games. You might hear it if you go to a concert, a pep rally at school. If you remember when we had the teacher tractor pull, there was a lot of cheering going on then too. Next word is field. So the field is just a piece of land that's used for a special purpose. So a baseball field is used for a game, right? And a field can not just be for games to be used there. It can be, farmers have a field, and the special purpose of a farmer's field is to plant crops, okay? But for this week, we're focusing on a baseball field. What other sports play on not a baseball field, what other sports play on just a field? You could say football, soccer, softball. It's called track and field because when you're not running on the track, there's other people that are actually doing field events like the long jump or pole vault, okay? But like a basketball and a volleyball game are on a court, so it is not played on a field. Next word is plate. So this is what base? What base would this be? It's home plate, you're right. Home plate is a special, all the other bases are just square, but this plate is a pentagon. A pentagon has 5 sides. So this plate is made out of rubber. When a baseball player is about ready to hit the ball, they stand by home plate. So again, a plate is just a piece of rubber slab that you have to either stand by or you have to touch when you're playing the game of baseball or softball. So what happens in a baseball game when a runner crosses home plate? What would happen? You're right, that means they score a point, okay? Next one is sailed. Now it has ed on the end, which means that it is past tense. The ball sailed through the air. Sailed means that it's traveled. It can travel through the air, it can travel through the water, like a boat sailed on the water, okay? So it just means to travel. Have you ever sailed in a car before? No, you drive in a car, right? Okay, so again, sailed is past tense, so it's already happened. Next word is threw. He threw the baseball. Threw is also past tense, but it doesn't have an ed on the end. If you want to make it so it's happening right now, you would say, I am throwing the ball. Okay, but it's threw, so that means it's already happened. So you could say the player threw the ball to first base. Threw means it's sent through the air. Okay, now how do you send a ball through the air? If you threw it, it would mean you'd have to throw it with your arms, right? A ball can sail through the air, but it can be kicked by your feet also, but that doesn't mean that you throw it. You have to throw it with your arms and your hand, okay? Can you think about some times when you throw some things? Maybe someone throws it at you or you throw it to someone. Okay, you might say basketball, football. You could say baseball. You might also say like dodgeball. Okay. All right, that is the end. Okay, now you can go ahead and do worksheet number 2 over your vocabulary words.